The Wisconsin Giants Slayers have done it again. They beat Illinois in Champaign 92-90 in overtime. Nick Boyd and John Blackwell, spectacular performances, 49 points between them in this game. Clutch shots galore late. This was a game that Illinois led by 12 with 8 minutes left in the second half. This was a game that Illinois employed a 6-man rotation. Big Z, Benham Rickhouse, Jake Davis, Big T, David Mirkovich, and Katon Wagler all playing between 30 and 44 minutes in this game. Of course, this was because Andre Stoyakovich was scratched right before game time with an ankle injury. Kylan Boswell still out, as he has been all month. We will get to all of this. There's a lot here. And obviously, this is I'll call it a gut-wrenching result if you're an Illinois basketball fan. I mean, I guess let's just frame this before we do the ad read. High level. This Illinois team is special. This Illinois season has been special. This Illinois team is every bit a conference title contender. And if we're being real about this, I say this as a Michigan fan, deserves to be neck and neck with the Wolverines for this league. They're now 2 games back with 6 to play, in large part because their 2 best perimeter defenders were missing in this game, in my opinion. So we'll break it all down, but that would be hard for me to stomach. It's not just you lost a game. It's the equation that led to you losing this game. Feels like a missed opportunity that was almost avoidable. Like, how does this happen? How do you lose your 2 best perimeter defenders? We're brought to you by Tinker, tinkercoffee.com. Promo code SLEEPERS. Get 15% off with your first purchase. Please say more.
Listen, it is the best coffee. It tastes great. It smells great. It's always in my mug. I know people, actually, in my head, people wonder what's in my cup when they watch us. I don't know if it's true or not, but I can answer that for you. It's Tinker Coffee. It's the Zing blend, more specifically. And if you want to make sure that you have it every single day in your household, do what I do. Set up a recurring order. The recurring order you can use promo code SLEEPERS for a 25% off discount at tinkercoffee.com. Have it delivered to your doorstep. They ship nationwide. It's fast. It's easy. And also like a moment for the packaging. I mean, it's aesthetically pleasing. I like having this around the house. You know what I'm saying? You're in for a treat. Yeah, you are. It's great coffee. Head over to tinkercoffee.com and get your Tinker today.
Our rule is we lead with the winning team. We've done it all year. I think the only time we didn't was a different Illinois loss. We're going to break that rule again because I straight up don't think we can just start talking about Boyd and Blackwell's brilliance in this game without immediately addressing the biggest storyline of this game. Andre Stoyakovich is scratched.
Hmm.
Knew that Kylan Boswell was out. Nobody involved knew that Andre would be out until 10 minutes before the game when starting lineups are announced. Now, let's just talk about the lead up to this announcement, and then we can speculate on what exactly is going on, when he'll be back, etc. The lead up to this announcement, let me take you back 24 hours. Midweek media obligations Illinois does every single week of the season. Day before a game, hey, reporters, come ask us questions. Shout out to Glenn Kinley, who's always there with the clips. Andre was there. Andre was the guy they sent to media. They send different players to the midweek media stuff every week. You can pick and choose who's going to be made available. You don't make an injured player available. And I'm not coming in on a conspiracy theory here. I'm just not. But they would not have sent Andre Stoyakovich to midweek media to talk about the Wisconsin game unless they thought Andre was going to play. That's the reality. I will not accept any other premise than that. You don't send a guy you think might miss a game to midweek media obligations to talk about the game.
Hmm.
Time and told story. So Andre does all those clips. There's no discussion about status, injury, ankle, nothing. Not mentioned once. Pre-game warm-ups, he was the last one out, which I guess is normal. But somebody tweeted that was in the arena like, no Andre yet. A little later than normal. Feels weird. Then he goes through warm-ups. Then he doesn't play. He's not in the starting lineup. It's not listed as out, but it was pretty clear when he's not in the starting lineup, okay, they don't want to play him tonight. I don't know if he was available or not. I don't know if Brad could have put him in the game if he wanted to. He was dressed. So that tells me at minimum they were going to make this a game time decision. And hey, Andre, can you go? In the end, the answer was no. And the reality is this: it killed them. This is not the team to play. I don't care if it's at home without your two perimeter defenders. And I don't say two best perimeter defenders, Cart. I say your two perimeter defenders. With
Yeah,
all due respect to Keaton, with the burden he has to carry offensively for this team, he's a non factor defensively when he has to guard the ball right now.
yeah.
They had Benham Rickhouse guarding Nick Boyd for 43 minutes of this basketball game.
And honestly, they are lucky Boyd only had 25 because he blew past home wreck house anytime he wanted to.
Every possession.
Every time.
And honestly, again, I thought Illinois' defense, given who was available, did an admirable job. I thought Ben did as good as he possibly could have with that matchup. I thought Big Z had a huge presence inside in 30 minutes with 3 blocks and probably 17 altered shots. He had Boyd and Blackwell hesitating when they got on these drives. Like the guys in uniform for Illinois played their hearts out.
Mhm.
The reality is you just can't go into a game with a team whose whole entire identity is two perimeter superstars that score 20 points a game without your two perimeter defensive guys. You can't do it. And I know I'm kind of like towing the line of like, why did this happen? The reality is he has an ankle injury. But
I mean, did you see the stuff that like he tweaked it a little in the Michigan State game? He was fine, and then he hurt it in warmups.
I call BS on that. Something is fishy to me here. And I understand people get mad at me for like, I don't know. It's like I'm always trying to create something with Illinois. I'm not. This is the ninth straight year where y'all fall in and out of a conference title race because of random absences. This shit just happens in your program. And if you watch Brad Underwood's press conference after this game, he's pissed. He's pissed. When asked about the Andre stuff, he basically was like, yeah, I don't know. Sprained his ankle. I have no idea. That's not what you say if you didn't expect Andre to play. He would go to that podium and be like, yes, he has an ankle injury. We've known about this. We knew we would be without him. We wanted him to give it a go. We thought he was going to, maybe tough it out. It just didn't work out that way. We got none of that from Brad. Brad is visibly just like, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Ask him. So, like, I don't know. We were texting people we know that are around this program that were covering this game. Like, what's going on? And in pregame, it was like, the staff's not sure if he's going to play. They're not really saying much. And then postgame, it's like, I think they wanted him to play. I don't know if this is Andre pulled himself out or what. That's what I think happened here. I think Andre has an ankle injury that, yes, he suffered in the Michigan State game, but he hasn't missed practice. He was sent to media because they expected him to play. And I think before the game, Andre basically just said, no, I'm not going. And I'm not trying to create issues here, but I think that's what happened. I think Brad's pissed about it. And I think the reality is this: if a minor ankle injury caused Andre to choose to sit out this game, it just cost you the league. You're 2 games back with 6 to play. I'm sorry. I don't think Michigan's losing more than 2 games. This can't happen. And it happened. And I think it's going to write their death wish.
Yeah, and even outside of that, there's a lot of things that happened in this basketball game. But for starters, you started behind the 8 ball because you were out two starters, and you're only two perimeter defenders against maybe the most lethal backcourt in the league. I mean, I'm not. Am I selling anyone short here as far as backcourts? I
In
mean, obviously,
terms of
obviously Purdue's good. You know what I'm saying? But like, just as far as like a 1-2 punch that could score, am I missing anyone?
in terms of scoring prowess and firepower, no, you're not.
Yeah,
This is the
like
best backcourt in
and
the
it yeah, and like what I'm saying, Wisconsin is coming off a game they thought they should have won at Assembly Hall. They were coming out ready to battle in this one. But the thing that where I lose a little bit of um, like I will not even lose. I think there's other points to talk about in this basketball game. Even after all this, after all that's going on, you are at home and you have a 12-point lead in the second half. How do you not find a way to win that game and finish that game?
Fair, fair.
Like somehow. Like I get it. I understand. And you know what? I'm not over here trying to give Illinois moral victories or anything like that. But like, dog, they just played an overtime game at the Breslin Center. They now come back home. Look at the minutes that these guys played. Big Z plays 30. Wagler plays 44. He was visibly gassed in this basketball game. He
Yeah,
was dying. He had 34 points. He was great. Jake Davis plays 37 minutes. Big T plays 37 minutes. Ben Henriquez plays 43. Merck plays 33. Like these guys were gassed.
yeah,
They were gassed. And that gasness showed up from the free throw line. They still had a chance to win this game. You have Keaton Wagler at the line to win the game, and he misses.
yeah.
It's like I do feel bad for Illinois fans. Like that's just a tough pill to swallow. That this is how the league is. I mean, it's not completely lost, but this is a major blow.
Yeah, shots in regulation were short. Free throw misses uncharacteristic.
I mean, Merck stepped up and missed like three straight in
Yeah,
OT. Like,
yeah. I mean, it's a like I said, I think it's a gut-wrenching way to lose. It's a gut-wrenching loss. It's one thing like, look, Wisconsin got my team at full strength, right? Like I sat courtside for it. It is one thing to lose at full strength because you get outplayed. That's what happened. Michigan got outplayed. I watched Wisconsin bomb 15 threes. There was nothing I could do about it. Now, they made 16 threes in this game.
yeah,
But
rap.
I don't want to say Wisconsin didn't earn this. They did earn it. But I just like the reality of this situation being we didn't have our two best perimeter defenders for the first time this season. This is the only time we've had this issue, and we didn't think we were going to have the issue. It's not like the Kylan injury where you know he's going to be out for a month. No one involved with it, Illinois thought this was going to happen, I don't think. Even until warm-up started. And then it's like, oh shit, what do we do? And you're forced into teams that you haven't played together, right? Like you played Big T and Big Z together a ton in this game. They never do that. So it's just hard to stomach, man. As someone, again, I get it. I'm wearing the Michigan shirt. My team is the beneficiary of this. Like it's hard for me to come on here and be like, this sucks. Um, I love this Illinois team. I think that's been evident to anyone who's watched me all season. This is a special season that has basically just taken a shot to the chest by something that, in my opinion, I don't want to say was avoidable, but it's random.
And I think the scariest part for me with this, and I don't know if this is you rubbing off on me, in a conspiracy theory standpoint, the vibes have been so immaculate with this basketball team,
Right.
and I'm not trying to put this in the air. I am out here coming off an OT game. I'm playing 40 minutes. I'm busting my ass, and your ankle sore?
Right. Well, and look, man.
Maybe we should stop because we shouldn't do that. But
No, we're not. We're not
it's
forecasting that.
hard. It is very hard for me not to be in that moment, putting myself in those guys' shoes and being like, your ankle's a little sore. Like, take that bitch up.
You said this. You said there was someone story intel somewhere that he tweaked it in warmups. I didn't hear that.
I once again I did the U. I didn't screenshot it.
Okay. Was it like a reporter that said it?
I thought it was. It might
Okay.
have been. Well, I don't want to put anybody's name on a wrong report. I'm gonna check. I thought Carson said that.
Okay, listen, if he tweeted or tweaked it in warmups and it's being reported by Illinois reporters that that is why he didn't play, oh, he tweaked an injury that was already existing in warmups and it was a new event that leads to him missing this game. I'm backing off this entirely. Get well, Andre. I
Yeah.
swear I'm at.
So Underwood said that he sprained his ankle early in the Michigan State game and it flared up pregame today.
Okay, that's different than he tweaked it in warmups. This is, and I watched the presser with Brad. Brad is pissed. Watch the full
Brad's the one who said that, I think.
right, But Brad,
Yeah.
that's different than he tweaked it. That's Brad. This is Brad. Yeah, the injury. You're asking me about this injury. I don't know. The injury. It's something from the Michigan State game.
Mhm.
Guess it flared up. That is different. He just
What was Stoyakovich? He was on the availability report, right?
he was listed as questionable on the availability report. Yes, but
Okay.
Cardi played 35 minutes against MSU. Like, come on. He played that whole game, and I understand ankle injuries can change. They can get worse. They can hurt more 3 days later than they do in the moment. I understand how it works. So, I think Andre is a tough kid. I think he's a tough kid. All I am meaning to imply, if you watch the presser from Brad, I think everyone involved on Illinois thought Andre was going to play this game. And I
Mhm.
think the reason Andre didn't play this game is because Andre said, it's hurting. And I think you can sense that from watching the way Brad spoke about this. Oh, yeah, it's an injury. I don't know what it is. He's pissed. I don't know. It was the Michigan State game.
Mhm.
Heard it in the Michigan State game. How do you play 35 minutes against Michigan State and then not play in this game if that's when you injured this? I don't know. And I don't know what the answer is. I'm not sure how different this game is if you have a hobbled Andre Stoyakovich playing. I certainly think Keaton and Merck and everyone on the court for Illinois at least have their legs underneath them a little more. Like at minimum, whatever Andre can bring you in this game, the rest of the guys would get a little more rest if you were going to play a 6-man rotation. If you could even get 20 minutes out of Andre Stoyakovich in this game. But regardless, if you want to disagree with everything I'm saying, that's totally fine. I understand this is towing the line of a conspiracy level element to this. I encourage you to watch Brad's presser and really tell me if you disagree based on the way Brad spoke about this. Brad's pretty transparent and honest about this shit. All I would say is this, regardless of whether they thought Andre was playing or not, the reality is this: an ankle injury suffered in a game that Andre played 35 minutes in is what just cost you the league. And you can win out. I mean, look, win out. Go 17-3. Beat Michigan along the way. There's one. You're going to have to go on a West Coast trip, the trip up Purdue. In order to do it, you might be able to. But you go 17-3 in the league right now, you don't even control your own destiny.
Mhm.
You probably split at that point. You wanted to win this league outright. You could have won this league outright. And ultimately, I think the hard pill to swallow here is if this is what writes the end of the season off, it's just not their team, right? Again, this is their team at full strength, I think, is the best team in this league. And ultimately, it's going to fall out of it because of things out of your control. I'm gutted by this, man. I really am. And I understand how stupid it is that the Michigan fan is saying that. But as someone who loves this basketball team, I wanted to see where this team finished as they are. And like every Brad Underwood team, it seems like forever, the season is decided by shit they can't control.
Mhm.
Right? I mean, do we need to go year by year? Now it's Andre missing a game from an ankle injury in a game that he played 35 minutes in. The year before, it's I mean, all of the sicknesses. The year before, it's Terrence Shannon misses a month being accused of a crime. The year before, there's midseason departures. And it's not their fault. It's not normal. It's not like it's chaos, but is there a more snake bitten program in the country than this? I don't know, man. It's
It's
crazy.
it's never their fault.
It's crazy.
Ever.
You're sending me videos of running out pregame. What are
Yeah,
you?
can I get a limp check? Pause.
Oh, there's a visible limp from Andre running out pregame. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but look, I even outside of that, Wisconsin I mean, Illinois is one of the best teams at taking care of the basketball. They turned the ball over 13 times in this basketball game. Keaton has five of them. Wisconsin gets 23 points off of those turnovers. They rebound the ball really well in this game. You barely won the rebounding battle, which if you're an Illinois team, that means you really didn't, given how good you are. You allow 14 offensive rebounds in this basketball game, including a massive offensive rebound. When you get a stop, what you needed to have a chance to win this game, and you don't get the rebound. That's really what it was for me. Like even outside of everything that happened in this game, because they weren't able to check Boyd and Blackwell. They weren't good enough on the glass. They were awful from the free throw line, 58%, with some of them coming in really big spots. And they were gassed. They played six guys
But
in an
that's
OT game.
them being gassed affected both rebounding and free throws. And you can't tell me otherwise. And is that an excuse? Yes,
I
but
mean, in the first half, they gave up 9 offensive rebounds
they did.
alone.
Wisconsin shoots a ton of threes. A lot of them are long rebounds. I mean, like I hear you. It shouldn't happen. It was a big part of the game. Wisconsin's not a good offensive rebounding team either. So like I hear you. I'm telling you, and I'll try my best for the rest of this video. I will try my best to flip my brain. I have such a hard time doing any real analysis on this because this isn't Illinois. They played too big with Davis and Humrickhouse on the floor. It's not Illinois. It's not their team, and they were forced to play guys in spots that they barely even play with lineup combinations they barely even play, and now there's problems from that I
I
guess we have to break down and blame Illinois for.
and that sucks. That sucks. Find a way.
Sure.
That sucks. It's basketball. Like shit's not always gonna go your way. Find a way. Like
Listen, man, I
you still had a chance with all this going on. You're up. You're up. You have a chance to you with all this going on, you have a chance to win the game at the free throw line.
I
With
would feel this
everything
way.
happening.
I would feel this way
And
if
you're right, and you're right too, by the way. I'm not even saying you're wrong. I'm just throwing in the portion of like, yes, I get it, but also like find a way.
I would feel this way if it was against any other team in the league, including the other good teams in the league. Give me like an Iowa, give me a
Mm,
whoever. This was not the opponent for this to happen against.
mhm.
And it's falling on deaf ears to me. And I will do my best just for the sake of having this conversation with you, of flipping my brain off and doing actual basketball analysis. But I tweeted it yesterday because Glenn Kinley was like, here's the reasons we lost, 3 or 4 different things. I quote tweeted, it was just like, the only one I care about is injuries. You cannot miss your 2 perimeter defenders against the team with the 2 superstar guards that score 20 a game. It was the whole story of the game. Everything we're going to talk about next that comes from this is a direct result of that and problems that came from that. And we can do it. We can talk about how they got out rebounded. We can talk about some of the officiating stuff Brad's pissed about that I think is there was a 10-second call that was terrible. The
Yeah.
rest of this, oh no, Wisconsin only committed 5 more fouls than us. Ugh. Like, miss me with all that nonsense. The free throw shooting, they're gassed. Like all these things come from that. It's driving me crazy. Let's go to Wisconsin. Deep breath. Boyd and Blackwell. Why were they so
Can
good?
I, can I ask one last question though?
Yes.
Could Brad have played more people?
Yeah. And that's a huge question for Brad. It is.
Because like you paid a lot of money for a guy who's just collecting DMPs all season.
Mhm.
A guy that you had to like fight for eligibility for
Mhm.
all year or all off season to get him dressed up just to not play him.
Uh-huh.
It's just, I mean, it's a tough thing to do, right? I agree with you here. How are we supposed to judge a team off losing in overtime when they're missing two starters that are the level of players that they are? Even though listen, also I've seen Andre get blown by a lot, so maybe bad ankle Andre is getting blown by even more. But yeah, at the end of the day, Wisconsin did what they kind of do when it comes to beating the big guys in the league. You said they hit 15 threes against y'all.
Hit 16 here.
They hit 16 in this game, including 4 from Austin Rapp.
The rap
Austin Rapp was massive in this game, 18, 5, and 3.
Rap and Bilauskis, who I was complaining about, he had like 1 3 since the Michigan game where he hit 5. Rap and Bilauskis goes 6 for 11 from 3. Like there you go. That is how Wisconsin. They have a very clear formula. Wisconsin wants to bomb you from 3. Boyd and Blackwell are going to get 20. They're going to put pressure on the rim at all times. They're going to be really hard to deal with. They're going to wear down your guards. They don't really get stops ever. Like
No,
Wisconsin's defense is not a factor in any game they win or lose. It
No.
all comes down to if they make their threes and if you can do anything to stop Boyd and Blackwell. They win games against anybody when the other guys make threes. That's how they beat Michigan. That's how they beat Illinois. Um, there's not much you can do against the two stars. And
Did you think Illinois could have won a little more zone in this game?
I was surprised they didn't, but I'll push back on myself here. I think Big Z was doing some great rim protection things that were really disrupting Boyd and Blackwell on drives.
Hmm.
So I think from Brad's perspective, it's like, hey, Boyd's going to blow by us no matter what we do here. We might as well just stick in man and let Big Z chase shit down. Now, you also could have done that in zone too, because Big Z just camps in the paint in that regard
Yeah, and I was just thinking about protecting my own team,
in terms of like stamina.
just getting worn down because they did a lot of chasing in this game. Like it was, and once again to the point of injuries, it started with Boyd and Blackwell getting past whoever was in front of them, and
Right.
then people collapsing. Then it's a scramble. Then you're running everywhere to try to get out, and then whether it was kicking out the Boyd for three or like Bielawski, you said made two, Carrington made two in this basketball game, or Rap. It's it that wears on you. That's a lot of energy exerted on that end of the floor. I just thought that I would have seen a little bit more zone in this game.
Yeah, I was surprised too, but I guess all I'd say is I don't knock it just because I thought I was frustrated with Blackwell until late. Like I thought he was hesitant and even on the big three late in regulation, he like kind of caught and jabbed and got stuck instead of shooting. I thought he was bothered whenever he put the ball on the deck in this game. It was driving me crazy again as someone that's watching this like, oh, Michigan could be up 2 games in the league if Wisconsin pulls this off. It was driving me crazy that Wisconsin kept going to Blackwell ISOs on switches against Zvonimir
Hmm.
instead of just Boyd on Rickhouse. Like,
And I didn't even sorry, it's a little bit off topic, but I was just looking at the half by half splits here. Uh in the second half, Illinois turned it over 8 times
yeah,
and Wisconsin turned it over zero. So if you're not gonna get stopped, you better take care of the ball.
the eight is surprising. Illinois is such a good team at protecting the ball. The
Well, once again, back to this. God, motherfuckers gas, man.
right, the turnover thing is not. They are their defense is so passive.
It is. It's even at foot like they need Boswell back, like bad, bad.
Even
But even bigger picture stuff, like Boswell's one guy. Their defense as a whole is nah, not all that.
it's a scheme.
Yeah.
It's a scheme, just like Nebraska's is. I think when you run up against a certain team that is a bad matchup for it and exposes it, it looks really stupid and it looks really bad. This Illinois team is designed to just be big, make you hit shots over the size, and then clean up the glass. And we don't really want to gamble. We don't want to put pressure on you. We don't want to get into you. Just we've got so much positional size. Good luck, shoot over us. You're not going to make enough to beat us. And Wisconsin is a tough matchup for that because they employ shooters everywhere. Um, Obviously, it's made tougher and tougher and tougher, 200% time so without Boswell and Stoyakovich. But I think in the big picture, it is fair to point out this defense is down to 31st nationally. Huge hit after this game, as you would expect with those guys gone. But man, it took a hit after the Michigan State game too. We did the segment on the full pod this morning on like most similar teams in Torvik to your profile.
Mhm.
50% of Illinois' most similar teams in terms of efficiency profile are all Matt Painter Purdue teams from the last 5 years. Which, like, sorry, hand up. They've had some great teams. You're probably fine with that. None of those teams' defenses have been good enough to win a national title.
Yeah.
Like that's probably what this Illinois team is. They are offensively brilliant and defensively probably just not good enough. They could make a Final Four with this. I don't know if they could win a title with
I
it.
mean, like once again, looking back to the second half, they were offensively great in the second half,
Right,
but they just turned it over 8 times.
right.
So that's probably, I mean, that's what leads to, the fatigue and
But then again, like, dude,
blowing a
what
12
are,
point
what are
lead.
we really doing? Am I really going to come out here and be like, their defense isn't good enough to win a national title after they don't have Boswell and Andre? Like, that's the whole story here. It's the whole story here. It's driving me insane. I'm sorry, but like, yeah, wow, their defense really was passive tonight. They had Jake Davis and Benham Rickhouse on the floor for 70 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's fine. I'm with you on the Boswell portion of it. The whole Andre defender thing is overblown
I don't think it
to
is.
the max.
Not relative to these guys.
I maybe that's what it is.
On a national level, sure. Not
Like
relative.
Andre Stoyakovich is the defensive mastermind on the wing on a team that has Jake Davis and Ben Rickhouse on the wing.
Well, it's just they're not athletic enough. They're not athletic at all. You saw
Yeah,
Keaton's dunk attempt in this game. Like
that was crazy, by the way.
there's zero athleticism from this current group.
Hmm.
Zero, negative.
Right.
Like
Now our best athlete has a bum ankle.
right. So regardless of what you think of him defensively, like he matters. His athleticism matters to the identity of this team, as does Kylan's. So all right, you kind of mentioned the personnel stuff with Illinois. Brandon Lee got 1 minute in the first half. Mihailo Petrovic did not check in. They played a 6-man rotation. Big Z was off the bench. He played 30, lots of 2 big minutes together. Starters played 44, 43, 37, 37, 33 minutes in this game, in an overtime game. Brandon Lee's defense has been billed as legitimate. I thought we would see more Brandon Lee in this game once it became clear that Andre wasn't going to play. Thought it was a good matchup for him, and you can use disruptive 6'4" guard known for his defense against this Wisconsin team.
Yeah, with 5 fouls.
He checked in for 1 minute, and I didn't notice anything noticeably bad from Brandon Lee in that 1 minute. But it was clear I think they brought him in to get Keaton 1 minute of rest, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, I'm just like I don't know. I found myself being like, all right, you're up kind of a little bit here. You're up to like steal some minutes here or there for some other guys. Also, like not even just for this game, big picture wise, like Keaton's playing 44 minutes of physical basketball, and he's not the most physically imposing guy. I'm thinking big picture here. Like you got to like steal these guys some rest or some minutes at a certain point.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I get not playing Petro because if you haven't figured it out by now, Illinois fans, Petro stinks. There's just no point in pretending it's anything other than that. Guy's not good. And he gets in the way of Keaton offensively, and you honestly probably have worse defense with Petrovic in this game than you do with the wings. So just yeah, get it. Don't play him. Kind of stunned they didn't go 7-man rotation with Brandon Lee just to buy everybody some time. At minimum, he is a body defensively. And like you said, you led for most of this game. I think it would have helped the end game a lot if you just had a few breaks for your stars. And I do think it's fair to criticize Brad for not going a little bit deeper into the bench with this as a response to the injury stuff.
Right.
Keaton played 44 minutes in a 45-minute basketball game that they lost by 2. In Keaton's 44 minutes on the court, Illinois won by 3. Keaton went to the bench for 1 minute. In that minute, Illinois gave up a 5-0 run. You can talk about a bunch of different ways to decide this game, but that is glaring to me. Keaton basically gave you everything he had. He was completely gassed by the end of this. He finishes with 34 points on 23 shots, 7 assists to 5 turnovers. And he played 44 of 45 minutes, and Illinois won when he played 44 minutes. Am I over dramatizing that? I mean, I don't think they're crazy for trying to get him a minute of rest, but correctly, they realized we got to get him back in as quickly as possible.
You got to do it. You got to manage it correctly when you get him his time.
Yeah.
Manage it correctly when you. That's all I would say to that. But
How would that be? What do you mean by that?
like you know what I'm saying, something that coincides with like a media timeout in the first half here or there, steal him some actual less game time, more real minutes. They were up for most of this game. I feel like they could have stolen some minutes here or there. But also to your point, can't do that because also Keaton had to have the ball in his hands in this one. Also, both of your ball handlers in this game were flipping the ball left and right. Like Keaton had 5 turnovers and Merck had 4. So, the whole like switch to Merck back up PG thing didn't work as well in this game.
Yeah.
Like Merck had 1 assist to 4 turnovers.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I just feel for Keaton, man. I like that's sort of where I'm at. I think he did everything he possibly could have done to win this game. Was it his best game? Crazy enough, no. Like it's crazy. We're talking about 34 points in 44 minutes on a depleted night where you're missing two other starters. Like, he could have been better, but he missed shots at the line he normally makes that would have iced this game. He did have a turnover problem. Um, he was just clearly gassed at the end of this game, and I think anyone would be. But I do think it's a concern in the big picture here, especially if Kylan is going to miss any more time, especially if Andre is going to miss any more time. If you're Illinois, what is the goal here?
March.
The goal is win an NCAA title, right?
Yeah, which that's I'm moving differently here. This loss has me moving different.
I mean, I think it's fair to say right now, Keaton's played 39, 38, 37, 30, 41, 44 minutes in his last 6 games. He showed no signs of cracking in the first 3. He's had 3 straight quiet games. And I understand we're calling this quiet. This was not a quiet game. This was a loud game. 3 straight, like there's a problem in some way game. This one was turnovers and he was gassed late. The game before he couldn't hit a thing. The game before he finished with 13 on 8 shot attempts. Like just okay.
What game
Like
was that?
Northwestern, but that's yeah. He played 30 instead of
Right. Yeah. What? Okay. Well, let's nitpick here. We're up by 190.
and he played 30. You
And he
called
played
it out
30
in the
minutes.
recap. Yeah.
Yeah. Like what? Like, and I think other guys played a good amount of minutes in that game. Like we're up 100.
I don't think there is a freshman wall coming for Keaton, but I think this kid has played so many minutes. I'd be surprised if he doesn't wear down.
Mhm.
So much is asked of him. And like they are in a spot. I don't know what's going to happen with Andre next game. I'd assume he's back. I don't know what's going to happen with Kylan. Like I said, I think he'll be back for
You
the
got
West Coast
Indiana
game.
next, right?
Indiana at home on Sunday.
Boy, Andre better get that. I do what you got to do. Get some injections, some
Right.
whatever. Get a new ankle. Like do what you got to do. Because who's checking Lamar?
Without Andre and Kylan, it's going to look like this.
Yeah, yikes.
Right. So, look, if those guys just come back, then I think this whole conversation changes. But if there's any question to their availability at all, like the way Illinois can win these games is Keaton doesn't come off the floor at all.
Right.
So, but it's just, are you really going to play Keaton 39 minutes in Indiana, USC, UCLA, and Michigan and not worry that he's getting worn down before March? Like, that's a ton of wear and tear on a freshman, man. It just is. And I'm
Yeah.
worried we're going to see more games like Michigan State before this closes if they don't find ways to preserve him a little bit, you know?
Yeah. And it's Monday morning coaching, quarterbacking, whatever term you want to use as well. But it's little moments where like the Northwestern game where I feel like you can steal minutes. It's also like unfortunately in losses, everything gets put under a microscope.
Right,
And you look at it and you're like, damn, you only played 6 guys.
right.
That's and that's because you have 6 playable guys. Because like even if like it was Brandon Lee, they don't want to play Petro. Ty Rogers is hurt. They have a guy who's like a mascot on the benches on the team. Like, can Tony actually play?
I think he can, yeah.
Okay, like and you just really you don't have any other
But no,
options.
You got to remember, 20% of this roster is spent on guys doing favors to an agent that aren't serious basketball options. So,
I'll can I am I allowed to say it?
yeah,
You could have just paid Merez, dog. And maybe he says no still, but you could have just paid the man.
there's other options than that too. But yeah, I don't know.
Could
I
have
don't know.
paid him. Could
Look,
have paid him.
again, this season's gone so damn well. I don't want
I
to.
know, I know.
It's just, I just as far as Keaton is concerned, I think you have a choice to make here. Your choice is either 6 games left, like you said, Indiana, then a West Coast trip, then Michigan. Indiana's going to pose a lot of the same threats Wisconsin just did. A West Coast trip, you're better than those teams, but a West Coast trip wears people down. I mean, we just heard Lamar Wilkerson said that word for word 2 days ago, right? Like
Mhm.
that's a long trip. We were gassed. And then you got to come straight home from a West Coast trip to Michigan. I think you're choosing between going all in on trying to erase a 2 game deficit in 6 games, which is going to require 40 minutes a night from Keaton with or without Andre back in the lineup. Or I think you're choosing between keeping him fresh for March. I don't know what I would do. Before this game, I would have said go all in on the title. After this game, like if you're playing Keaton 45 minutes and you might still lose, is that worth it? I like God forbid. I'm just this team knows better than anyone. This program knows better than anyone what happens when guys get banged up or attrition, adversity midseason. Just keep the kid in a glass box, man. And don't bring the hammer out. Like you've got to get him at 110% by the NCAA tournament. And I thought this was the first game, Michigan State a little bit too, where he showed cracks of fatigue.
Mhm.
I don't want that again this season. I do not want to see tired Keaton Wagler.
And
It can't happen.
and other people I think are gonna take notice too. They're like, hey, they're playing this kid 40 minutes. Make him feel you all game.
That's what Wisconsin did. They had Carrington picking him up full court in his chest, bumping him the whole game.
Yes, like they were like make him feel in the whole game.
Right.
So yeah, I listen, bubble wrap and no Green Street. Those are the two focuses moving forward for the rest of the year.
He doesn't go to Green Street.
The whole team.
The rest of the guys.
Because this is we haven't even got hit with the normal fastball yet. Someone's gonna get the flu in the next week.
Okay, chill. Chill. Stop. This is my line. I don't want that. Keaton did, though. 34 points on 23 shot attempts, 5 for 10 from three, 7 for 13 from two. Some tough twos from him in this game that I flat out didn't know he had in his bag.
Go
Uh,
to and then gets to the post game talking about I should have rebounded better.
in crunch time, he was da da, bang bang, like doing it all. I don't know that there's a more prolific shot maker than him in the sport right now. Clearly, it makes the Michigan State result that much more baffling for me. Like, how does this kid go 2 for 16 in a game? I still can't even really believe it. But what a
He's got
response from him. What a bounce back from him to just sort of reset the tone and not let one bad performance turn into two. Again, he missed the free throws late and there was a turnover issue you could nitpick. But I'm just amazed. Like any overall thoughts on just how good he is?
no kid's just he's the goods straight up. And I'm not even sure if you've seen it, but there's been a lot of discourse on X about how like this guy doesn't look like what everyone says he is, like just because of the athleticism stuff and things like that. Crazy discourse. Crazy, crazy
Wait,
discourse.
what was the discourse? What?
Basically, like everyone tells me that this kid is great, the numbers are great, but like when I'm watching him, I do, I don't see the athleticism, the burst,
Okay.
that type of
Yeah.
combo.
Yeah. Okay. Stop watching then. I'll save more for me. I'll watch it all. I'll watch it for you and me. I love him.
People don't like 6'6" bucket getters, I guess.
I love him. I absolutely adore this kid. I'm well documented at this point. He's my favorite player to watch in the country. It's not going to change. I just have so much appreciation for how he goes about this. He did you see his he hit the shiver?
Did he?
You didn't see that?
Uh-uh.
After one of his and one finishes in the first half, for the first time, he's Mr. Stoic. Normally he hits a big shot and goes, in this, he literally got up from the ground. He goes,
Let's shake it off. Okay. A little haircut.
yeah, it was a little okay. All right, Keaton. You did some celebration shit there. I like it.
Probably took his energy out.
I wonder if we're gonna see any more of that down the stretch, maybe a little more personality from him, but I loved it. Let's talk about the dunk attempt. He has zero dunks on the season. I believe that was his first attempted dunk on the season. There are NBA people, anytime we bring up, like, man, could he go fourth in the draft? NBA people are largely just like, no, he's such a negative athlete. There's no way. That was one of the more glaring signs of that.
Hmm.
What do you think of it? I mean, I didn't know it was like that. I didn't know it was like I have a breakaway wide open, no one's near me dunk and I can't dunk.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that one was like breakaway by himself though. It
there,
was a bad miss,
there
but
was no contest.
it was no contest. But
It was a rim.
the last time that I said that about a guy, and I had this thought when I said it the last time this conversation was had. That's what I was like trying to say about Tyrese Halliburton, and like Tyrese couldn't shoot like Keaton or do stuff like Keaton could do. Well, he could, but like it's like I guess I'm not. I guess I'm just like not hearing it. Like so lay it up next time
Yeah. I think the lesson is just lay it up, Keaton,
or shoot three.
or shoot the three. It makes how good he is and everything else just more impressive to me. Like,
Mm,
he is this limited of an athlete, and you still can't guard him. No one in the country can figure him out except for Jordan Scott and Tom Izzo. So, yeah, I it was jarring to see because it wasn't just that he missed. It was like
he
so
got
rim.
hung. Yeah, no, he got hung. He didn't get high enough.
He literally could not get off the ground high enough to complete a wide open dunk.
Yeah, that's tough.
34 in 44 minutes despite that, plus three in a game you lose by. The kid's amazing, man. I'm gonna enjoy watching his career for a very long time. And you compare it to Kasparis a year ago, very talented kid. I've watched zero Kasparis NBA minutes, proud to say that. Could not stop watching Kasparis quick enough after last season. I'm gonna watch Keaton forever, man. Like, I love watching this kid play.
These are goods.
Tommy was brilliant, I thought. And it's unfortunate that he had such a good performance and didn't get rewarded in the win column for it. 19 points, 11 rebounds in 37 minutes. I thought he was the best big on the floor. Nolan Winter had 4 points on 8 shot attempts in this game. Did Tommy get exploited a little bit by the stretch fives from Wisconsin? Yes. Again, Bilauskis and Rapp shoot 6 for 11 from three. Big part of that was just the simple fact that an Avicic brother was guarding them. And the way
Mhm.
Illinois guards is going to give up wide open. It's like Michigan when Mara's in the game. We're going to give up wide open threes. Um, but I thought Tommy was noticeably more active on the boards in this game. I thought he hit his shots. I thought they went to him in the post more than they have all season,
Hmm.
partially due to the matchup, but partially, hey, Andre's out. And like when we need a bucket right now, we're not going to anybody other than Tommy or Keaton. I think they can do that more. It's a reminder like Tommy's capable of this, and maybe they should lean on it a little more at full strength too.
Yeah, and the unfortunate part about it is because like obviously Big T was great on the glass, and that's been a little bit iffy throughout the season. But he has because he had 19 in this game, I think it was.
19.
So 17 of that came in the first half. He had
Yeah.
17 4 at half. And then the second half, he has 2 points, misses both his threes, misses both of his free throw attempts as well. But the rebounding stayed, which is what really I think it mattered. But he was able to rebound, but he didn't give you that offensive punch. While also on the other end, I mean, in the second half alone, Rap had three threes, and
Yeah.
Bielauskis had one. So you saw that rear its ugly head a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I would have liked to see more involvement in the second half, but still thought it was a brilliant performance, and he paced Illinois a ton early. Merck, this is the Merck that you have questions about.
It's weird though because as I was watching it, I didn't like think, oh, Merck's killing them. Um,
I kind of did.
did you? Oh wow, I didn't have that thought in my head to be honest with you. Was it just the turnovers?
I thought they didn't get anything from his passing in a positive way in this game that they normally get. And maybe
Mhm.
part of that is missing some of his reliable play finishers. I think you'd have to look up the numbers, but I would guess a good portion of Merck's creation has ended up in the hands of Andre at times.
Mhm.
In this game, I just thought he was a net negative as a playmaker. I haven't really felt that way all year in watching him live. So yeah, I kind of assumed you'd come on here ready to eviscerate Mark. You're not.
Not necessarily. I think he hit his threes. I think he obviously missed free throws. He's an 80% 81, 82% free throw shooter. So missing two was massive in that spot. Um, the turnovers, I guess I was chalking that up to a little bit of fatigue on his end. He
Yeah.
had a lot of usage in that Michigan State game, that weared on him. But uh, yeah, I don't know. I guess I wasn't necessarily. Maybe it's because the second half was pretty good for him outside of the turnovers.
Yeah. Okay.
But I guess he didn't do the passing stuff. That's what you missed. Like the Michigan State game, I think he had 6 assists to one turnover. And maybe to your point, Andre was the role man on a lot of those.
Well, if you could trust him as a playmaker in this game, I think that's how you get Keaton a breather.
But you never know with Merck. You can't fully trust him.
And I think you can. I just thought he was bad. And I think as the game wore on, it's like we don't want point Merck right now. We have to get it back to Keaton, who's being face guarded and chest bumped the entire length of the court.
Yeah.
So yeah, if there's one guy I'm personally disappointed in, it's Mark, but I get why. He played 33 minutes and was gassed. That's the caveat to all of this for me. It's hard for me to get too mad at anyone on Illinois here when you are missing two of your most important players. Big Z had some loud, good moments, including the three blocks. What an elite rim protector he is. He was also flying around for 9 boards in 30 minutes. I did like the double big minutes in this game. I don't know. I thought it worked. I thought it was in the portion of the game where they had some separation and were kind of growing that lead. I'd have to run back and double check. But any thoughts on Big Z's presence in this game or
Yeah,
the
I just think he's a presence on the defensive end, and he's also doing really well on the glass as well. Now, I think the best version of it is like you get Big Z, glass, defensive stuff, and then he hits a three. I think in the Michigan State game, he was like 1 for 6, I'll call it. He was 0 of 2 in this game. So I think that's the full package. But I think Big Z's just a presence. He's just a really good defensive player. There was many moments in this game where if there was like a shots affected category, Boyd and Blackwell were both thinking about him when he was down there on the defensive end of the floor. Am I allowed to get mad at him for not just grabbing that rebound at the end?
yeah, it was a really
Did you think that was dive worthy?
it was a losing play. It was a
Yeah.
losing play.
And I hate doing that for guys getting on the floor, but I was just like, just you didn't have to. Just pick it up, grab it.
Yeah, I thought it was, which sounds dumb. He dove on the floor, but it's kind of it's like the showmanship wrong play. You made the wrong play that looked like an all-out effort play that I think on film is not going to look like an effort play. It's going to look like a stupid play,
Yeah, unfortunately.
and I think that's kind of Z's MO. He's done that a ton before he ever got to Illinois, right? He's like the
I mean, even in this game, I don't know if it completely swung it, but like he goaltended Boyd's shot
yeah,
on that foul.
yeah,
But it's the Big Z experience.
right,
That's what you
right.
get.
It's and again, normally you get it in like 17 to 20 minutes, and if he's playing great, maybe 24 minutes. It's like, okay. In this one, it's like we need 30 minutes of this. You probably got 24 great minutes, and then you got six like kind of boneheaded what's going on minutes. So
Right. Yep.
there's a certain level that I think you're gonna cross with Z if you need that from him. Davis and Humrickhouse, to their credit, I thought battled and gave you everything they were capable of in this game.
Was Jake Davis making you mad at all during this game?
Not really. What made you mad?
The pump faking was irritating me.
I guess the one like leans in looking for the foul.
Even before that, he was doing a little bit too much pump. They're not biting on it to like take a side dribble and go nowhere.
You just want to let it fly.
Let it fly. And I get it. Like the sidestep thing is very like once they're not going for it, just shoot it or
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I mean, you asked for 43 minutes of Ben Henrichhouse guarding Nick Boyd. He probably wasn't even prepared for that.
In terms of production, this is all I would say. Rickhouse and Davis in 80 minutes played give you 10 and 11 points. And let me make sure I have this right. 7 for 12 from the floor between them.
Seven for, yeah, 7 for 12.
They both hit two threes. Two for
Mhm.
4 for Ben, 2 for 5 from Jake. Ben got you 7 boards. Jake got you 3 assists while splitting time chasing Nick Boyd.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know that that could have gone better than that from those two. They're being asked to do a job they are not qualified for. And I think Jake's been awesome for all season, really, really for a month. I think Ben has been what they need him to be. This was stretching them thinner than they can possibly stretch, and they did everything they could, including Ben hitting a big clutch three to keep them in it late.
Mhm.
Um, you're not going to get more than this, I guess is what I like. If this has to happen again, I don't think it will, but if it does, you aren't going to get more than this from these guys. So I don't know. I guess there's not much to figure out because it's not like you have bench options to turn to. It's kind of just like this is what it is, you know?
Yeah, I don't think those guys play bad. I don't, that's the thing. I don't think anyone that played bad.
I think Merck qualifies.
Yeah, I guess you could put Merck in there.
I think that was a bad Merck game. I don't think anybody else played bad,
Okay, that's fair.
including Andrew Rohde, who had a career 6-4. That was the best Andrew Rohde game I've seen in his career.
Yeah, getting Austin wrapped is crazy. In the big year 2026.
Do you think there is something to Wisconsin just being some giant slayers?
I think there's something to like Nick Boyd and Blackwell got enough to do it.
They get up for these games.
They do. Oh, those they relish in talk like those guys were ready to talk shit immediately once that whistle went.
Boyd's a psycho.
Yeah.
I was loud in the offseason on the I want Nick Boyd at Michigan train because he's a Dusty May product. He started at Florida Atlantic. He was never this good under Dusty, but
Boyd fears Friday.
is Michigan better or worse with Boyd instead of Cadeau?
Ooh.
Boyd's the better player this year by a lot, but like,
It depends how you because like you
do you want Boyd getting 20 on this team if you're Michigan?
know, but he probably doesn't. I just think like the I don't know. Boyd's pretty good passing though as well. Like I feel like Dusty would have him doing a little bit more distributing. He can pass
Yeah.
a little bit. I don't know. I feel like he
Not
could.
Elliott. Not Elliott there. 26% assist rate this
Oh
year.
no, no, he's not. He's not Cadeau whatsoever. But no, I don't know. It feels weird to say like you guys aren't better with Nick Boyd, but like maybe not.
It's an interesting prompt because again, I wanted Boyd in the offseason. I did not want Cadeau. I think Boyd has been better. Boyd has been like everything I thought he was. Honestly, it's probably how Illinois fans might feel about Merez. It's like, man, I was right. That kid's awesome. But man, I was wrong. We didn't need him. You know what I mean? Or but maybe what Illinois fans think, like we didn't need Merez to have the number one offense ever, you know? Um, we didn't need Nick Boyd the way I thought we needed him, but he's been brilliant. I really like watching him, and he's chippy, and he had some of those finishes through Big Z in this game that were crazy too.
Yeah, he. No, there was one that Hubble pointed out. Like he just put his shoulder right in Ben Rickhouse's shit and just laid it up on him. Like he's strong. He's quick as hell, and he can finish.
Blackwell beat Michigan and then chanted, "This my shit," or like this. What is this? My city.
It's my city.
This my city. He beats Illinois, where his father played. I didn't see any crazy celebration from John after. I don't know if I missed that, but
I mean, he was talking his stuff. He went over to his dad and did say, "This is for you, Dad." I did see that on the Wisconsin Twitter page.
is he in an
And
Illinois uniform next year?
yeah.
John Blackwell is.
Hmm.
A lot of people thought that was going to happen this year.
Yeah. Well, I don't. Well, also, what's Blackwell's citizenship status? Like, if he's part Serbian, then yeah. Or if there's a spot open, we got some favors we got to fill.
Pretty sure teams have already tried with Blackwell, and by teams I mean both Illinois and Michigan.
Hmm.
So we'll see. That'll be an interesting one because anybody on earth would love his services. But in my head, it's kind of always felt like he should finish at Illinois. But if
Probably.
you're a Wisconsin fan, you're sick to your stomach hearing that, of course. Okay, we made it this far. Can we do some intangible stuff?
Sure.
Whole lot of officiating whining going on from the fan base of Illinois and simultaneously from their head coach.
Hmm.
We'll do some shorts on this. I don't love, you and I have made it pretty clear we don't really like to do ref talk, and I think Illinois fans are eviscerating you from the Michigan State recap I wasn't even on for refusing to go down that path. So
Hmm.
we don't need to go too far into it. The 10-second call miss was terrible. They
Yeah.
have a very legitimate complaint there. Obviously, you can't miss that call, and they did, and Brad is right to call it out. The rest of the game, I certainly didn't feel like Illinois got an unfavorable whistle.
Yeah. I didn't think so either. I mean, refs are bad. Like, they just are. Like, I know we do the stripes as great things, but it's just like refs are just bad. And they miss calls. The 10-second one, like I said, I think you should be livid about. I'm not even that's crazy for a a referee whose job it is to miss like a basic ass call, like 10 seconds. Like, how that's not a judgment. That's an easy one. Like, that's what you do every single time someone dribbles up the court. You count 10 seconds. There's a big ass shot clock staring you right in the face. If it's at 20 and they're not across the line, that's 10 seconds. It's pretty simple math. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, if you wanted to, you could cry about officiating every game. And yes, I'll get eviscerated for this because, like, oh, you're a Michigan State fan, so you don't even know what that means. Okay, take me out of it. I think a lot of teams, if they wanted to, could cry about officiating every single game. Eventually, it falls on deaf ears.
I think it's appropriate to discuss a game and discuss the impact officiating had on it. And then I think you should drop it, let it go, accept that missed calls are a part of basketball. It affects every team at some point in the season. You get favorable whistles sometimes, you get unfavorable whistles sometimes. If you let it define your team or your fandom, that's where I lose it a little bit. And again, in this game, terrible missed 10-second call for sure. Can you isolate other plays that you pick out that you're upset about? Absolutely. You can do that every game against every team. This is a game in which Wisconsin committed 17 fouls to Illinois' 12. Illinois just didn't make them pay at the free throw line. That's how this works. Illinois, I don't think really put a lot of pressure on Wisconsin in this game to get fouled much. I mean, Keaton did, and Keaton got 10 or 8 free throw attempts, but like it's not like Rickhouse and Davis deserved calls in this game, right? Like you were missing some of the primary guys that get you to the free throw line. So I'm confused by the whiny nature of this. It feels like every single Illinois season, and I love covering this program, but every single season is like, we're great, we're great, we're the best ever, we're great. Oh my gosh, absences from players that we can't explain. Officials!
Yeah, let me never get. I've never seen a team with this bad of a home whistle.
It's like, how many times can I watch the same movie? And this year's different than but I'm very tired of like, oh, well, our team's not at full strength for some random reason, followed by, this is all the ref's fault. No, it's not the ref's fault that Andre didn't play.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know whose fault it is. I'm not blaming Illinois either, but you're the program that can't get out of their own way yet is always crying wolf about the stripes. And Illinois fans are probably going to hate us for saying that, but it happens more with this program than it does with any other one we cover.
And even in the best year, like this year's awesome. It's gonna be great too. Like it's going awesome. It's still gonna be awesome. Get back healthy. Still got to play the hits.
Yeah, they're good at the hits.
Good at the hits.
Brad taking such a definitive stance on this at the podium. We'll do some shorts on specific sentences he had, but
I'm with it.
you're with it.
I'm with it.
Really, because you were such a fan of how respectful he was of the officials in East Lansing. This is a
Oh, no,
very different tune now, and you're with it still.
no,
Interesting.
I'm with it more so because, like, looking at like the 10-second call, and I guess if he doesn't say anything, then maybe nothing changes. Like maybe this is an effect to have it change. I just don't think Brad thought that they lost the game because of officiating in the Michigan State game. I don't even know if I think he thinks they lost it in this game because of the officiating, but maybe eventually he's just like, all right, this is 2 games in a row where I think we're not getting calls. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I look. Brad should do what Brad wants to do.
And that's also me doing, you flip the switch and
Yeah,
did the thing. That's me flipping the switch. Whereas I really just want to say wham, wham, wham.
Brad should do what he wants to do. I'm a huge Brad Underwood fan. He owns me. He tucks me in at night. He tells me when bedtime is, and then I say, "Okay, I'll see you in the morning." I think he is entitled to put pressure on the conference if he feels he's getting an unfair whistle. To me, that's what he set out to do in this post game, and he's not the first coach or the last coach to do that. I would point out there's a very stark difference between what he did at the podium in East Lansing and this, and I'm not sure I like that. I mean, I did come on after the Michigan State game. The only Illinois Michigan State video I did all week was Brad's post game comments, and I gave him credit because I said he's not making excuses. And I think everyone involved with Illinois is saying the right thing, and we didn't earn this one. Let's move on. I think if you listen to the post games from everybody involved here, the players are saying the right things. Players are all saying the right. We can't let this linger. It's go time. We have no margin for error. We can still do this. Win, 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 win. Brad is saying, well, I sent 12 plays to the league office. And Brad is saying he sent 12 plays to the league office about a game in which he sat at the podium a week ago and said officiating was great. There was nothing to look at. It's two completely different stories. And I'm specifically talking to that portion of it. Not the 10-second call, not some shit from tonight. He said, well, after Michigan State, I sent 12 plays. I didn't hear that energy from you after that game. So
Well,
what
he
changed?
didn't review the film yet.
Bullshit. It's bullshit. And it's just bullshit. We gave him all this credit for handling this maturely and not whining about officials. And well, look at the respect he has for Tom Izzo. And now 3 days later, it's well, we sent all these plays for review. It's bullshit. Which one is it? Did you get an unfair whistle in East Lansing or did you not? You said you got a very fair whistle. You had no complaints even about Fears' plays. And now after you lose your second straight game, you want to make it all about officiating, even so much so to go back to that game?
Mm-hmm.
Just leave that comment out of it. Don't even talk about the Michigan State calls, and I'm not criticizing this.
Yeah,
But
that's fair.
we're hearing two very different stories from him right now, and I'm confused by it.
Yeah, I'm confused by this loss.
And the only consistent theme, to be clear, the only consistent theme between the two very stories we're hearing is, well, now he's whining. He wasn't whining. We give him credit. Now he's whining. So is the tone you're setting for your players? We're getting an unfair whistle, guys. Team on 3. Okay. Who they got next?
Indiana.
Let's hope they get their guys back.
Let's hope the refs are on their side.
West Coast trip. Hope they get their guys back. Hope the refs are on there. Like a lot of hoping going
Hope,
on,
hope, hope.
you know?
Hope, hope, hope.
People are mad at the student section. Any thoughts?
I don't understand. I don't know. I'm not I feel like I can't be a part of that because of my experience.
Remind people what your experience was, please, real quick.
Like, no, I'm talking about from like this standpoint. Like, you went to Michigan State, you were in an his own right. I went to a Division III college. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had a student section, but like,
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people that are commenting on this have like been in the crush or like were a part of that, or like when they were there, they saw something great, maybe. So I don't know like how to judge it. Like, it's full, there's people there, but like apparently they're saying it's not loud enough.
yeah, I think people were mad that the fan base didn't do enough during the game. Then after the game, there was supposedly an altercation with Wisconsin staff.
Well, Wisconsin staff was chirping the Orange Crush.
Oh, Wisconsin staff is being some bitches. Crazy.
Free Jawan.
I've never seen that before. No, at all. We're gonna do a short on it later, but in all seriousness, this is the staff. They have Brad Davison on staff. They have Joel Kravitz. They have a bunch of Wisconsin players from the Bo Ryan era that are just
Ticked.
whiny, petty. Like they are the chippiest staff in the league, and they instigate, and then they play victim. And I'm not going back to the Juwan. There's other incidents too. There haven't been brawls because no one will actually hit you in the face when you do it. But like they are the staff that constantly gets into issues with fans and with others. And they had coaches chirping the Illinois student section. It's a joke.
Yep.
It's a joke.
Yep.
Give me a one sentence summary of this to conclude the show.
Massive blow. Still a lot to play for. Get back healthy.
All injury related. Will not matter by March. Cost you the league. I did text you the moment we found out Andre was out. Wisconsin plus 10 was a go.
Yeah, you did.
There's a little money line sprinkled in there too.
Yeah, see, I was too Andre to place that bet, but I did place plus 10.